There I am. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the stream here. I certainly hope you guys are doing pretty good today. Because I'm not doing bad myself. I know I'm a little late. About 15 minutes or so late. I was playing a game and I was like, you know what? I can't I thought it would be a lot quicker to finish that game than it was. And I was playing Cyberpunk, which honestly, if you guys have not played that game yet, I understand some people are having issues with it, which is fair. But that is a great game to finish. And apparently there's 5 endings. I got probably one of the better ones, if I had to guess. I mean, I hate to say there's really no good endings in that game, but yeah, it was good. It was still good. I've noticed that there is no desktop audio. I've been having a few issues with my computer, which is a bit unfortunate. What sucks is I don't know what's going on with it. And that's kind of the issue. However, you guys can hear in the background different music. It's not Planet Coaster like I usually do. Fair, it's not that. There it is. And I set up for this really big reveal, and then I mess it up. All right, well that's kind of how my stream goes usually. Let me get this fixed. I'll go over to this one. Just for a moment. Now we can do maybe do the dramatic reveal if I can actually get this to work properly. There we go. So yes, I have MechWarrior 5 loaded back up. Well, I hadn't loaded this entire time. We haven't played it. We haven't played it in a little while, and I think this would be. We were almost done with this campaign, and we got a little frustrated with it. We spent about 2 streams trying to beat this one mission. And so yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm kind of a little bit of a plan for this. So I want to spend maybe 15-20 minutes just trying to get the controls back, kind of get that all situated. And then I want to jump back into the actual campaign and see if we can beat this last. There's 2 missions left. So there's Reckoning and then the one after that. I don't remember what the one after that's called, but I do remember this one. And I'm trying to think, what are they... I'm trying to read what they're doing to actually get through this mission. And let's see. They're even telling us to use a king crab in this mission and just absolutely crank up the armor on it. And probably something like that will happen. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do an instant action first, just to kind of get used to the game again. I do remember the controls pretty well. And number 2, I don't even know if I have my joystick on. Let me make sure. There we go. I've got lights. Oh, and the stream's lagging a little bit. Go on, that's a little bit better now. I think when I powered on my joystick, it was like, I don't know what to do. No, I think we're good now. Seems like all the volume's working, camera's working. Don't even have my stream up on my phone. And I did realize that maybe, just maybe, I clicked the wrong button because I actually wanted to choose what mech I was in. Well, this is a bit of... Oh, there we go. All right, so maybe not. Maybe didn't mess that up. I do need to plug my phone in really quick so I can make sure I can hear you guys. I can hear people. Well, I can see what's going on the stream through Twitch. And hopefully then if something does go wrong, I can take care of it. There we go. Good as golden. Come on. Make sure my phone sits up right. There we go. All right, so I don't really care what. Let's just go for a Warzone, or we'll do a Warzone. Difficulty difficult or theme. Military, why not? Enemy faction will do Liao, because I don't like them. Map size random, biome, winter is fine, time of day. Let's do morning, or we'll do noon. Atmosphere, we'll do a clear, there we go. And then confirm. And And we'll generate that scenario. Hopefully we can generate our mechs too. I might just throw in, let's see here. What do I want to throw in here? Do you just want to, I think we go for the King Crab, since I think we're going to have to pilot that in the mission anyways. Let's see here. Let's use the original. Oh, that's not. I don't care about audio or anything. I want to edit the loadout on this thing. Now I won't get very far with this, but you know, figured we could at least get this going here. They only give us tier 1 stuff, which I guess that's all they're going to give us anyways. So they're recommending, I'm kind of looking at their photos here. They really are recommending to really beef this up. 84, what are we talking about arm-wise? And leg-wise, 50, say 53? This is 83. I actually recommend taking the single heat sinks out. I'm just kind of curious what they're, you know, what they recommend. 68, 68 on both arms. 124 in the center. Actually, you want to use that and do that. Man, they really do want to beef up this armor, don't they? By the way, if nobody's ever seen this before, played BattleTech or anything like that. This is, or this BattleTech, this is MechWarrior. They're kind of interchangeable, and I will say them interchangeably. Technically, it's the same universe. It's just that BattleTech is a real-time strategy game, which I also have and played on stream before. And then this is MechWarrior. This is actually the first-person shooter version of that universe. Both really enjoyable to play. So we're going to give this a little bit of a go. If you have gone back at all and looked at my anything from my previous streams, you'll have seen this game quite often. When I actually originally started streaming, this is one of the games I actually did play. Really did enjoy this game, but the problem is that we got to a point where we got kind of stuck in one of the campaign missions. Cancel, apply, then back. There we go. We got to a point in the campaign where we got stuck, and it's not ideal. Let's just be real here. And so, after I think we tried it for like 2 streams or something like that, and couldn't beat it, and we're like, eventually I was like, all right, we need to take a break from this game, come back, try it again another time, and this, hopefully today, will be that another time. So really, I think we can actually beat, the 2 missions, if we can do one. The first one takes about 20 minutes, and that's good of the problem. Because if we had to restart it, there was no point you could save during the mission. And so you were always trying to, you have to, if you died, because what the problem was, it was like there's 2 fights right at the end. They drop a lot of mechs right at the end. Well, the first one they drop is, 2 assaults and 2 heavy mechs, which, if you don't know much about this game, there's 4 classes of mechs. The heavy and the assault mechs are the 2 heaviest classes, so that's a pretty hard fight. The last one, they drop 1 assault mech and 3 light mechs. I can usually, it's like, the problem was, I can usually take this on normally and be fine as a final boss, but having them that close together, it's a little bit of a difficult fight. But we will see. This is why I've chose to use the King Crab on this, on the test one, just to see where I can maybe try to get a little bit more out of this thing. And they are really packing on the ammo. Ammo is a big thing here because, especially with the guns, they call them the AC-20s, the autocannon 20s. Those are dependent on ammo. If you run out of ammo, you don't have those guns anymore. And a King Crab, that's its main weapons, and this is kind of the problem I was running with. I was running with 2 Annihilators. The Annihilators are very similar, but they actually have more guns than that. So there might be a lot of testing and tuning on this one. So we'll see. I don't think this will be. This might be the last stream we do of BattleTech or MechWarrior. So we'll see. But for this one, I just wanted to kind of get back into the game, kind of get used to the controls again, and just this game is not like me right now.
All the easier the longer they stay in the fight.
Oh boy, that does not look great.
Target acquired.
Alright, let's see what we can do. Let's see. That is the missiles. That's target 4. There's number 3. Alright. That works pretty well. Have some light tankage here. Now I could fire one of my big guns, but at this point, I'm just going to step on them. Or I'm going to try to step on them. Alright, we shot him, so that's... what do we got here? We got a cicada. Alright, that'll be a good little test. Yeah, I didn't think this would take too long to get back into. You know, it's not a bad thing just to come in and before we get to the main mission. I don't know why it's lagging so bad all of a sudden. Lucky to do some adjustments in the old settings there. Yep. Urban Mechs, aka the most useless mechs in these games. Everybody else remembers these things. Some of them do mount AC-20s though, which I've always found kind of shocking. But, you know, that's... We have one there on weapons off. But I think it's kind of odd. It's just, you know... I also need to adjust my camera. I know I was in a bit of a hurry to set all this up. I mean, we usually have most of this set up already. So it's not like it's a huge thing to get together. You know, it's not too terrible. That's a cicada.
Target acquired.
Hit him on the nose. Whiffed on that one. Now we're starting to hit him pretty good.
Keep critical.
This thing though is not like every not ideal. But I think we're back up to speed. I don't think that would. I thought that would take a little bit longer just because didn't really expect. Didn't really expect to be right out of the gate. You know, kind of firing like this. So.
Got the Ops Force's attention.
All right.
They're converging on your position. Brace for hostile contact.
All right, I think we can go ahead and jump out of here. I think we're good with that. Just to get a little loose, get a little warmed up. It took about 10-15 minutes. That's why I figured it would. But yeah, I just want to make sure everything's working again because you don't want to jump right into combat and then realize that your joystick or your throttle or something like that's not working. Would kind of suck. But if you're new here, have not seen this game yet, this is the MechWarrior. You can see this is pretty much all about big robot fighting, and it's always rather fun that way. Now, the campaign we've been playing through, if you haven't really been watching in the streams or anything like that, or don't really know much about it, you play as a mech pilot, of course. Your father was training you to take over the Lance. The Lance is 4 mechs. And a group called... I keep getting these mixed up, and I cannot remember for the life of me what the group is that attacked you is called. They come attack you, they kill your father, they take his mech, and you run off with what's left of this lance. And you have to go around and you do mercenary stuff. In this universe, mercenaries are actually kind of a common thing of life. You actually will go through and you can do anything from rescuing people, taking out things, or just being kind of a douche and just destroying everything you can. There is still like a review board and everything, so everything's got to be above board. But you come to find out who they are, you start taking them out, and so we've gotten to the point where we've pretty much destroyed a lot of. I can't remember. It's not the Black Legion. I don't think it is. It's something. It's the Black Inferno. That's what it is. I'm like, it's not Death Legion. Death Legion is another one, I think. But it's called. I'm saying it's called a Black Inferno, who we pretty much wiped out a lot of their stuff already. So we're actually going after their leadership. And so in this mission, the mission we're stuck on is actually you're trying to take out one of the bigger guys. The problem is he drops a lot of mechs on you, and it's kind of an issue that we've been having. So we gotta figure out how to do this, and hopefully kind of the setups I've been kind of reading seems like this will work. Especially if I have a king crab. I don't remember what mechs I have. I do remember some of them, but so here is what we're gonna do. We're gonna jump in, take a look at what mechs we have. At that point, I want to see what else we need for this. I want to see if we have a king crab. I will probably switch that because that's kind of what they're going for, and their setup. I kind of like how their setup is. I don't have to worry about heat, which if you know about heat, it's always been kind of a bane of my existence, but it's kind of a fact of life in MechWarrior. So it's one of those things. But the rest of the lance, I think we can essentially they're saying downgrade their PPCs to large lasers. I do that anyways because I don't like PPCs. And then switch. If they have AC-20s, do not use, or they may not need SRMs, which are short-range missiles. Most of them have long-range missiles, anyways. They said also to grind out your character, which I spent a lot of time on this game, and there's a lot of grinding. It's like I'd just prefer trying to beat this mission like this. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. All right, hold on. Time out. Oh, time. Load. I think. What did we play? Well, this one's the one we played last. All right, so I think actually what happened is that is the autosave for the beginning of that mission, and so don't want to do that quite yet. So I was wondering why it was taking so long to load, because usually this game's actually pretty good loading into the hangar and everything like that. But once it gets to the mission, it might take a little bit longer. Oh, excuse me. That's didn't mean to do that. All right. So how are you guys doing today? Hopefully you guys are doing pretty well. Let me pop over to the chat here to see if anything's going on. No, the reason I started a little bit late today is that I've been playing Cyberpunk 2077. And I just beat it today, and it's a really great game. I know a lot of people have been having issues with the console version, especially. I have it on PC myself because I enjoyed it more there, and it is worth it if you if you have the patience to actually kind of wait it out a little bit, or if you have it on PC, it is great, a great game to have, and a great game to play. It was just a fun game all around, and I'll be honest with you, I don't say it's an emotional game. It really is, and I was actually kind of surprised on how it ended, and that's all I'll say about that. But now that we've got it loaded, now we've actually loaded up. Oh shoot, I just realized we can't actually edit the mechs here. We need to do that. So, let's go back. We have to go back to probably at least here. We have the money, so I'm not like it's... There's our little dropship there. So I want to make sure these mechs are 100% ready and prepared. Because if not, we're already in a hurt. You know, we'll be in a world of hurt. All right, so got this ready to go. All right, so we've got our king crab here. Let's go ahead and edit the loadout on this bad boy. All right, so do this. So it's recommending that I strip out. Hold on, do I have any double heat sinks? I don't think I do. Neither does the store here. So in that case, I'm going to strip these two out. Do I have any better AC-20s at all? Does not look like it. What's the market? Now I've got a Gauss rifle, which those things are pretty nice, but, you know. Alright, so I've taken off 2 tons, which is heat. Pack this thing full of ammo. I'm going to actually get rid of some LRM ammo and put in some more AC-20 ammo, because this thing will need it. Alright, so legs, we need to go 83 out of 84. Now this thing will probably be overweight here shortly, but we'll that'll work out. So 68 on both arms. Ooh, good lord. So they're selling us to go down to 25 armor on the rear of this thing, and then go up to 99 on this one. And then, let's see, head stays the same. Those are both at 84. We're about 1.5 tons overweight. Can I can, actually. Let's take out these and put, let me put those in. We don't need those then. That'll lighten the load up a little bit. Now I can throw all that in there. And so they're using double heat sinks, which is nice. Say how that's 5 tons. I really want to keep that on there if I can. We're 1/2 ton underweight. Is there anything else we can add? I mean, we can't add any more to there. There's nothing really that we can do. I think that's what we're going to have to do to get that one prepared. So essentially what it's going to be the king crab. Which annihilator do I want to bring? Honestly, I kind of want to bring those. So 2 annihilators, the Atlas, and then the king crab, which for some reason didn't save the names. I usually name them mechs. I remember this one's called Enfuego because it's always overheating. This one I don't remember what I called this one. I know this was Big Al because that's from MechWarrior 3. That was one of the main guys in MechWarrior 3. His name was Big Al. He drove an Atlas. Then the beginning cinematics, if you're ever curious. Alright, so let's look at these, kind of see what we can do with them. So they're saying to use a 4-to-1 ratio, front armor to rear armor. I think, let's cut this back. Let's see if we can max that out to 99. These guys have get an AC-20. So really, do they need SRM ammo here? Let's take these out. Maxed out there. This is maxed out. That can add some more armor there. Make sure the pilot survives. And with that gone, let's add a couple more heat sinks to this thing. Make sure it doesn't overheat. And really, that might be all we do to this one. It's maxed out on armor. I mean, there's a little bit more armor you could add to it, but yeah, it's not really. Let's see here. I mean, I'm okay with keeping it there. Let's go ahead and start work on this one. So I'm just stripping off the SRMs here because it has an AC-20 on it. This one is a little bit different. So this is like a small shotgun mech. If you don't know what LBX-10Xs are, or LB-10X is, essentially these are just big shotguns that fire cluster rounds. I have 4 of them on this mech. This thing does an incredible amount of damage. Problem is, they call these things the glass cannon for a reason, because these things, for some reason, they always they always they get blown up for some odd reason. Alright, so there's that. Let's actually reduce this to about 45 and increase the front torso armor on to 44 and 80. Because hey, I just, think it might be worth it. And then I think I want to go ahead and upgrade the lasers on lasers. It's 100 and I think this needs a medium slot, doesn't it? I think so. Yeah, I don't think it can fit in the small slot there. We're losing some damage with that. Actually, you know what? Why don't we just do this? There we go. So we're losing some damage, of course, but or do I do this? It's going to be closer. It's be closer to weight, but I think that works out a little bit better. I think that'll work. It's going to give it a lot more survivability, and that's kind of what we're looking for. Let's edit the loadout on this guy. What do we got here? You notice that heat is a big thing. This thing is literally jammed full of as many heat sinks as I could put into a mech. I mean, I did that on purpose because this thing overheats like crazy. I'm just kind of moving armor around really on this one. Really, that's I think the only thing I want to do to this one, because I mean, 4 extended range of large lasers and then 4 pulse lasers. This thing is a light show, but it does overheat rather quite a bit. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do that one. I think that's how our mechs are going to go out. They are hopefully going to make it. It's one of those things like, don't know. Alright, let's travel back to here. And let's give it a try. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's Buckshot. I remember the mech I was talking about. So I have Infuego, which is the laser one. Buckshot was the one with the shotgun mech, or the mech shotguns. And then I have, because it showed up over here, that's why I'm like, oh, cool, that's awesome. So battle mechs, did they say those? All right, so it does say these are ready now. And I can't edit the way the order, or the way they fire. Well, that's great. All right, I think we're just gonna go for it. All right, Reckoning. Yes, of course. We have some negotiations we can do. I need some money. Salvage, I could care less about, but damage coverage is not a bad thing either. Oh crap, I forgot that it does have a 390 ton weight limit. Well, that's a bit of an issue. All right, well, take him out of the king crab. Is that why I had that thunderbolt? Or no, I had the victor in there. That's why. So let's go ahead and get that going. So essentially, we're taking 2 annihilators of victor, which I'm not a huge fan of that victor. But that's the 80 tons. And we are the only. Do we have a 90-ton mech? I didn't think we did. Not in the slightest. All right, so that might be one of the reasons why I didn't like this mission, because you had to bring in like really you had to bring in a smaller mech in, which you really shouldn't have to. Here's the thing: do I want to bring instead of one of the annihilators? Do I bring in the Atlas? I mean, you're still talking the same weight. I think the Atlas actually has. You know what? We can do it like this. If it doesn't work, we can try it with one of the Atlases. Probably probably in Fuego. I don't really know. We'll see. It's just one of those things. Like, I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, we're gonna try this again. If I don't get it, if it takes me 2 times and I'm still not getting it, I might just have to look for a cheat code so we can bypass this invincibility or something like that. I don't really care. At this point, this is like I know I've said this before, but it's like when a game becomes unenjoyable, when it becomes a point where it's like, yes, you can't get past this point. I want to see the end of this game. I want to see what happens. Kind of one of the reasons I wanted to play Cyberpunk this morning. I wanted to see. I know last night I crossed the point. In Cyberpunk, there's a point where it even says this is the point of no return. Once you cross here, nothing can be done. I got to that point last night, and I had some issues with my computer, and the game didn't crash, but my computer had issues enough where I had to reset it. And so I got back to that point this morning, and I didn't know how much there was afterwards, and there's quite a bit afterwards still. But I had to see it through. I wanted to know what happened. And it did disappoint. You know, we're not even a half hour into the stream and I'm almost out of water. That's not ideal. I do this as a hobby, and it's like sometimes it's like, ooh, this is like I really is like, ooh, cutting it a little close and trying to get everything ready. But yeah, I did say I was having some computer issues. What sucks is I don't know what's going on. Even as an IT person, I still have issues of trying to figure out why this is having issues. Essentially, what it is that every once in a while the computer will just freeze. It's a soft lock because I can still move my mouse and everything. But for some reason, it doesn't do anything else. And if I have my task manager up, usually I can have that up and see what the computer's doing. There's a couple things that max out. Usually it maxes out the CPU, then maxes out the graphics card, then maxes out the RAM. All 3 bit of an issue if those max out. But it doesn't do it every time. Like it does it at random times, and that's why I'm kind of concerned for what is actually going on. I don't know if it's the motherboard. I don't know if it's the processor. I don't know if it's the graphics card or RAM or network card going out, and that it's a bit of an issue. And I was looking at because I think what happened was actually my computer overheated once, or I think it's overheated a couple times, and I think that might have damaged something in there. And I really think it might have been the motherboard that really took a beating, and I think that's what. Also, the motherboard's 8 years old now, so it's not like it's the newest thing in the world. And once something like that overheats once, it's going to start acting a lot differently. And there was an issue where I'm at, I'm actually in my basement. I literally, if you were able to look this way, probably not even 10 foot. There, the washer and dryer is there. A couple months back, the dryer vent fell off. Just a vent that takes hot air and also takes a lint outside. Just dumps it. Well, the problem was that became disconnected and it started throwing lint into the basement. Somehow, I think that worked into the processor fan of my computer. And one day I took it out, and I was literally pulling out lint from the CPU fan. And I really think that might have what kind of caused that. But I'm not 100% sure. But we'll see about that. I really been looking at a new computer, but I mean, even to get a replacement one, you get a little bit of an upgrade, and we're not talking a huge upgrade, but a little bit of an upgrade, essentially motherboard, processor, new RAM, and I was looking at a new case too. You know, you're looking anywhere from like $900 to $1,400, and it's like, this is a lot of money. It's like even to get just get replacement parts to get kind of the same grade, you're still looking at $600 or $700, and you know, with only working a part-time job, it's a little bit difficult, and yeah, kind of sucks, but you know, I'll make it through it somehow. But we finally loaded into the game. It's lagging a bit. Usually it does right at the beginning right at the beginning of a mission like that. So
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online.
all right.
All systems nominal.
The spaceport is just up ahead, Commander. We already know Comstar is here, but we don't know how many forces they have on site or how prepared they are for a fight. If we're lucky, maybe we can catch them off guard.
That'd be nice.
Well, let's see how this goes. I don't know if I have enough AC-20 ammo. I'll be honest with you. 80 shots seems like a lot, but you remember I've got 2 cannons of this, and that is my primary weapon. So yeah, it's a bit of an issue.
Follow the commander.
Maybe I have to slow down a little bit to try to let the other mechs catch up. Because for some reason, the 2 Annihilators, while they're an amazing mech, I mean, they're a bit of a glass cannon when it comes to that, but they are so slow, and I have no idea why. And unfortunately, in this game, I know in the previous MechWarrior games you could do this, but in this one, I haven't seen a way you can actually upgrade the engines on these things. So you used to be able to, if you actually had the parts for it and what have you, you actually could upgrade the engine to make it run a little bit smoother.
This is my kind of place.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't do that in this game, which is unfortunate, because I think that would have been something I would have put in the Annihilators, because honestly, I think the max speed on those things is like 30, and I think this thing tops out at 50. I think it's in kilometers an hour. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. If it doesn't go well, then we're going to get a mech out that we like, and we're going to probably just try to defeat it with a cheat code. And that's kind of the plan right now, which is not a great plan, but you know, if I remember correctly, there's like 2 mechs that spawn here, but there are 2 medium mechs. Like they're not you know,
I can relax in a place like this for months.
Enemy patrol, Commander. Looks like the element of surprise is out the window.
Target acquired. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Missed that one. All right, well,
New target acquired.
We're on
let's
your
go after
target,
him.
Commander.
started to act up a little bit. I don't know if that was a helicopter or a tank that just fell, but it really could have been either one. And I missed.
Good kill, Commander. That mech is about to go critical. I got it.
Now you notice this stream is a little bit different than the one I usually do. Usually I'm pretty loud or pretty talkative. These I try to focus a little bit more. I'd say try to focus a little bit better. I don't know if I really do any better or not, but we'll see.
Target is down.
Here, there it is. I don't know if I really need all those missiles either. I might take if we don't get it this round, we want to try. I don't know why it's doing that either, but if we want to try, I gotta wait for my lance. But if we want to try it again, I might actually take some of the SRMs out of here and actually put in some more AC-20 ammo. Excuse me. I'm gonna drink from the cup holder in the mech. I think one of them just hit me in the back. Alright, well, that's nice of them. Well, let me know that they're there.
I'd live here. It's nice.
More reinforcements headed your way.
And they come from this wall area over here. It's amazing that I remember where all these people come from. Alright.
Target acquired. Target.
Got another one.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Target destroyed.
If I bet you $10 if we try that again, I would not be able to hit that thing with the AC-20. Now, fair enough, I did have to use one, but those things can actually tear you up pretty good if you're not careful with them.
Enemy destroyed.
I don't want to count my chickens yet because there's still a lot of this mission to go. But so far, it seems like we're doing okay. It does kind of stink that you can't save in the middle of a mission here.
Target
Which,
acquired. Target.
You know, seems like you should be able to, but you know, maybe that's just me.
Target destroyed.
Eliminated.
Firing the wrong gun
Looks
there.
like Comstar have set up a field base here on the planet. My guess is they're planning on staying for a while.
Sure looks that way.
New target
How did that thing
acquired.
not go down? There it goes. Like I hit it with an AC-20. How did that thing not go down? That thing I'm worried about because that will have an AC-20 on it.
New
Or
target
two of them. I
acquired.
don't remember how many. There's two of them. Yes, that is a big tank.
Destroyed.
Let's see with this one. Alright, I've already used 14 shots. Not ideal. I'll wait here. Because, man, we're already losing a lot of armor on that left torso. Not ideal. By the way, if you're curious, you know, if you've never seen this game, if you just joined in, you don't know what BattleTech is. The bottom left screen here actually shows the damage on my mech. You see how the mech's, there's like an outline of the mech in the yellow, And then he goes, you have the one that's orange. It's kind of how damaged that armor is. Now, it's not going internal yet because the internal is based on that gray structure on the inside there. So it's not gone internal yet, which is good. I mean, it's just we're just lost armor, but still not ideal. Nose is running. I don't know why. I'm about to. Probably after this, I'm about to stop for just a moment or two. You know what?
Group target acknowledged. All weapons hold. Weapons hot.
Another urban section up ahead, Commander. Looks like Comstar hasn't done much to shore up their perimeter defenses yet, but keep an eye out for enemy mechs. They must have a few down here for defense.
Acquired.
Agreed.
So the reason I told him not to fire is that number one, I can take these out myself and not have to worry about it too much. Then I don't want them to use up all their ammo, which would not be good until we get to the two big fight at the end. And honestly, I think if we can get to the end and have maybe 2 or 3 mechs left, and I'm telling you, I'm just like almost sacrificing one of my mechs, or a couple of my mechs, I think we can make it.
Weapons hot.
However, it's still not ideal. But this here, if I'm not mistaken, once you walk into town, there's 2, maybe 3 mechs. I know there's a Wolverine, and I want to say Wolverine's a medium mech. There's a heavy mech, and what the heavy mech is, I don't remember. I know it's a pretty big one. It's one I actually kind of like, but I don't remember which one it is. Trying to ambush you here.
This must have been an impressive spaceport in its day. Look at all these support buildings.
There he is. No, Vindicator, it's Rifleman. I forgot about that, yeah.
Shifting to your target, Commander. Taking too much damage over here.
Destroyed.
You know, it's like, I know we're taking a lot of damage here, but I know that's kind of what we built this mech to do. Built to take a punch and keep going, which, you know, seems like it's doing pretty well.
Your kill is about to explode, Commander.
There you go, back up. That's not what we had. One more, right? This has got to be the Wolverine.
Enemy mech destroyed.
There we go. Don't worry about it then.
Destroyed.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Weapons
All
hot.
right, there we go. There's lost. Vindicator's lost an arm. No surprise there, in the least bit. Honestly, that's probably what the mech I want to sacrifice is going to be the Vindicator. Just going to point that out there. I just kind of wish we could bring bigger mechs and like a bigger mech in that one. I think that might be one. 'Cause think about this. So if I brought King
By the
Crab,
looks of it, Comstar has already started excavation operations searching for lost tech. Luckily for us, doesn't appear they've been here for too long or made much progress thus far.
But here's the thing. This would kind of, you know, it's like, think about this. So if I brought a King Crab, 2 Annihilators, and an Atlas, the Atlas has an AC-20, LRM-20, quite a few medium lasers, and it's a big tank, like a tank of a mech. To me, I think I would rather do that than, or use that rather than bring a Vindicator, which I think I know why they make you bring the Vindicator. It's part of the story where there's something in that mech that you're trying to figure out what it is, and at the end of this mission, it tells you it starts pinging that mech for some reason, and so you gotta figure out why.
Weapon safety's off.
Target acquired.
Splash target.
Destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Got here, we got more.
Target acquired.
Gotta get rid of the launchers.
Target
This
down.
thing will tear us apart. Helicopters falling around me.
Destroyed. Incoming missile.
Got another one.
That hit something soft.
Target destroyed. Incoming missile.
All right, so far, not terrible. Let's turn this down just a little bit more. Wait for my lance to catch up. So essentially, I've taken the pretty much the brunt of the force, which is kind of the idea. We have an enemy coming down this way.
Target acquired.
I
Target.
got it.
He's dead. I'm just worried about ammo. First thing, still worried about that. Worried about there's another fight coming up. There's a couple mechs in here. This is the one that excuse me. I'll grab some water while I'm here. All right. What was I going to say? There's a fight right here. Or is it right here? I think it is.
You seeing this, Rihanna?
Target acquired.
That Union dropship.
There's 10 of them that pop
Extraordinary,
up.
isn't it?
This is
When it was
this
still
is
in
like the
service,
precursor fight.
That thing could carry 12 mechs into battle all at once. Three full
We had I think
lances.
there's 2 or 3
From what
mechs
I'm
that come
seeing,
after us.
this
This is kind of the
spaceport was
precursor
far
fight.
more than a simple refueling station. Back when Star League was still in charge of the Inner Sphere, this must have
See
been
if I
a
can
key
back up a little
transport
bit. Just
hub.
try to keep them to take on one or two at a time.
Yeah, before the Exodus, before the Succession Wars. But there's still a lot of valuable stuff buried around here.
Clear out these Comstar forces and we can find out. Or Spears' people can, to be more precise.
I'm on it.
New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Ah, it's one of ones. I mentioned $10. The reason why I said that one hit some kind of soft. It was actually a light thing. I thought it was a demolisher. But I was wrong.
Target acquired.
So shocking.
Destroyed.
I don't know why that was taking so much damage, but I don't know if I missed it 30 times or what. But what's this thing? That's something. That's not a Jaeger. That's Katara. I know what that thing is.
Good kill, Commander. That mech is about to go critical.
Target acquired.
The demolisher needs to go down now.
Target destroyed.
Go.
Target acquired. Destroyed.
Scorpion is the last one.
Destroyed.
Alright, well, this is kind of the precursor to that fight. Let me pause right here. Number one, I am taking quite a bit of a beating. Let me see what they recommend. Okay. So, just did a bit of reading.
Forming on the commander.
So we're gonna go to this last. So essentially, we got the two Lances still left. Damage-wise, we're not doing too bad. Ammo-wise, could be better. But, and I don't know how their ammo's doing. Really, I'm only worried about buckshot for that one Annihilator because the rest of them, the Vindicator has a couple missiles, but they shouldn't have run out of missiles, and they have an AC, I think, 20 on there, but I don't think that's really, I don't think it's his main weapon. I think it's got a couple lasers, it's fine. And then, of course, in Fuego doesn't have to worry about ammo. I've got right around half my shots still left. If I were to take some of the missiles out, I'd have lost about 120 of them, so I'd be down to 400, but I'd still have
Force like this
59 shots left, I think. 59, something like that. Either way, I'd have more than what I have now, so... So here's kind of the plan. We're going to get to this main part here, and if my mechs actually ever make it, and I think this is also one of the reasons it takes so long, is that my mechs are just slow. But once we get up here, what the idea is that we are going to we're going to hide behind a wall. I want to tell them to hide behind a certain wall, and I'm going to walk up myself and then run back as fast as I can. So I'm going to spawn the enemies and then run back and let them come to us. Whatever comes around the corner first is what we're going to try to fight. We're going to try to hit one of them as hard as we can and then try to move on to the next one, next one, next one. Technically, what I should do is try to fight the biggest one first, one of the assault mechs, before we move on. But it kind of depends, I guess. We'll see. That's one of those things like, ooh, we'll see how this goes. I mean, honestly, damage-wise, we're not too bad. The Vindicator could be better, but it lost an arm. I think if it still had its arm, it would actually look just about the same as all the rest of them were, maybe a little bit worse. Of course, this is the lightest mech we have. It's gonna be fun. We want to see how this goes. We can get some headshots on a couple of these the next mechs. That will help us quite a bit, especially if we can at least get one headshot or two out of the 8, or even the first 4. If we can get a headshot on one of them, I'd be okay with that. Hopefully, it's one of the bigger mechs, but.
Looks like a perfect summer out there.
I think we'll go up and around this way. So here's the city center. This is where the two big fights happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk this way. I want to get into. What I'm going to do is I want to tell them to get into a position to hold here. That's going to be the first idea. I still don't think I can save during the mission. Yeah, I can't save during this mission. There might be other ones you can, but yeah, on this one you can't. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to park them over
This
here.
place just needs a lake.
And then, because the ramp I need to go up, or ramp I'm going to go up, is just behind here. Let's see, I need to tell all of them to go to here.
Lance, repositioning to request at that point.
I hope that one guy does not trigger this mission. I don't think he can, but, you know.
At requested location.
Okay, so I actually think I need to pull them back even more. Hoping to maybe pull them back to about
Holding a location.
maybe here. Alright, let's tell them to go right
Moving to
here.
grid location.
What are they doing? Is it where my mouse, my
We're Oscar Mike. We're rolling to rendezvous.
This is where my cursor's showing, not where my mech is at the time. Alright, they're in close enough position. We're going to try.
At your
I'm gonna
designated
walk
position.
forward.
Enemy dropship inbound, Commander.
Alright, there they are. Alright, let's bug out of here.
Following your lead.
Don't know why these two followed me, but alright.
They've deployed a full lance. Watch your flanks.
That's what I was kind of afraid of.
Right torso destroyed.
Yeah, but that's kind of given.
Moving into formation, Commander.
Guys on me. What concerns me is I don't see any of them yet. There's one of them. One of these assaults has walked out here.
Target acquired.
Alright, looks like that's going to be the first one.
The target ID.
And there comes the rest. Not ideally what I wanted to happen, but alright.
Target acquired.
Tango eliminated.
Alright, there's one down. Alright, why is my weapon not working?
Right on loss.
Critical. System offline.
Come on. Come on.
Target acquired.
Focus target has been updated.
Thought he went down.
Good kill,
Yeah,
Commander.
he's
That
down.
beacon's about to go critical.
ideal.
Damage component lost.
Acquired.
I can't hit these guys with crap right now.
New targets acquired.
Do everything I got now.
Heat critical. Target destroyed.
That worked out better than I thought it would.
Latest target received.
I've lost an AC-20. Not ideal, but it's what I've got right now.
System offline.
Oh, that's not good. Come on.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Alright, somehow we still have all 4 mechs.
I can't target that.
Commander, we're picking up a very faint radio signal emanating not far from your current position.
Honestly,
think
I
it's a
still have
homing
almost
beacon of
all
some
my
kind.
torso and everything.
Father
How in the
says
world
it's
is this still
pinging the
going on?
Victor.
I'm not sure. I still have 11 shots
Victor?
left.
That's right.
Even the Victor's still alive. How in the world's that going on? Look at that Annihilator. The Annihilator looks fine.
Mark the location.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do.
Investigate.
Here's kind of the way I did it. That kind of worked. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna park all of them up here on this helipad, what do you want to call it? I'm gonna run forward and go trigger the last fight, and then run back. Go to.
Copy that. Let's move.
Here's the thing. This is kind of what I've been complaining about the entire time, but one of the reasons I can do this. The last, they bring 3 lights and assault mech out. The problem is that assault mech is an Annihilator. But if you remember me complaining this entire time, the Annihilator is the slowest mech in this game. And the light mechs
Holding at nav point.
are some of the fastest in the game. So, if I can pull if I can trigger the fight and pull the light mechs off of them, I can destroy those 3, and then we have possibly 3 mechs to come and destroy that Annihilator. And to be honest with you, I'd probably just send both Annihilators after it, and even hang back a
I
little
have
bit.
another dropship on quick approach. Be alert.
You ordered the death of my father. You're not leaving this place alive, Yamada.
By the way, that's one of the bad guys. He's the one in the Atlas. On the Atlas, the Annihilator. Alright, so now, in theory, if I wait here just a moment, those light mechs just start popping up over the horizon there. They're popping up kind of where I came from. In theory. Don't know if that'll actually happen. We'll see. We'll see. I did this one time. I remember the last time I did this, I was by myself. Like, it was just this, and my mech was even worse than this off. I didn't have the weaponry or anything like that. I didn't have any lance mates. I have all 4 of my mechs now, so we'll see if this is going to go okay.
Let's not get distracted by that view. Keep focused.
There we go.
Wilco, focusing fire.
Forgot there's fleas in this one. I forgot about that. The only problem with these things is that they can get behind you pretty easily. But if you can hit them once, it's usually game over for them. Which is the funniest thing in the world, but...
New target acquired.
Problem is they can. Oh, great, the Annihilator just showed up. Alright, well, this is not going to end well.
New target acquired.
Coordinating our attack.
If I don't take this guy out, he's going to rip us apart. Oh, I lost my medium. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Hit him in the back, see if I can... Right up in his face here. Yep.
No, I've lost comms with the commander. Does anyone have
Dang
eyes
it.
on him?
Alright, well, I think it's... I'm gonna go look for something. I don't... At this point, it's... I don't know how many hours I've spent trying to beat this mission. At this point, it's like, you know what? I think I've earned the right to say I can skip this mission. If we can. I don't know if we can or not. Maybe not. Alright, well, this is not ideal. There's mods for it. I mean, it's fair, but... I don't know, and this is a bit frustrating. It's I don't know. We only got we had an hour and a half left. That one took about what, half hour to actually do, and it worked. And that's what's kind of frustrating. I thought that the Annihilator would hang back enough to where I could take on those guys one by one. And maybe what I do, if I can get to that point again, is actually move them back even further, so that it's a longer time for that Annihilator to actually walk up to us. I don't know. I really don't know at this point.
Attention. Prepare for battle-like departure. Warning. Hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
Reactor online. Sensors online.
1 second here. Get back to actually, there is 2 more missions after this. So even that, even after this, I don't know if we can actually beat this game
Weapons
today.
online.
So I don't know how much
systems
left
phenomenal.
after. Like I don't know how like after. I think that's the end of the mission. But the problem is I don't know how long the other 2 missions are, and so the other problem is we don't know. Well, if we can even beat this one, that's kind of the problem.
That'd be nice.
But that's, I think, the closest I've ever gotten to this is actually beating this mission. So this might be the loadout to do it in.
Looks like a perfect summer out there.
I really don't know what to say. It's like, I know it's so quiet, but it's like, oh, I don't know. This camera. Backs up a little bit on me. There we go. That's a little bit better. Excuse me.
Patrol Commander. Looks like the elements of surprise is out the window.
Target acquired. Target.
Yeah! I got it! We're on your target, Commander.
Go after the Raven. Maybe for this mission, I should actually switch my what my missiles, lasers, and my AC-20s are, just so that I can save a bit more and not do anything stupid.
That thing's gonna explode! Got another one.
Yeah, I'm wondering. Yeah, this is maybe something I need to think.
Target acquired. Target
I
destroyed.
actually have my.
Following your lead.
Tell that one to hold his weapons, because that should be the LBX one. I'm wondering if I tell him to hold his weapons on some of the smaller fights, it might take us a bit longer to actually get through that fight, but he might actually have ammo to do more damage later. That's what I'm kind of wondering. You know what, I'm gonna walk up here and at least start this one. This one's actually the one that just got a bunch of tanks come out after you, a couple of helicopters, or the VTOLs, whatever you want to call them.
reinforcements headed your way.
Then I have the Victor on me too, or Victor with me too, so it's not like it's totally alone.
Target acquired.
I got it.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Got
Target,
another one.
target acquired. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Splash target.
Target destroyed.
All right, not too bad so
Target
far.
acquired.
Seems to be going a little bit faster
Target
too. So,
destroyed.
and also because of this, our annihilators are staying a little more pristine because they're not actually up in combat as much. Shooting 2 demolishers.
Looks like Comstar have set up a field base here on the planet. My guess is they're planning on staying for a while.
Sure looks that way.
Fire on these guys, or we just watch as they tear us apart? It's not actually finally start hitting them.
Target
Enemy destroyed.
acquired.
Alright, this yeah, 20.
Yeah.
So you can see the Victor was doing okay, and then it fought those 2 demolisher tanks, and now it's already in orange. Not ideal, to be honest with you. I really didn't prepare the Victor as well as I did the other 3. But that's on me. Like this fight, I think.
All right, here we go.
I want to need the LBXs in play again. Same with the one right
Another urban
before.
section up ahead, Commander. Looks like Comstar hasn't done much to shore up their perimeter defenses yet, but keep an eye out for enemy mechs. They must have a few down here for defense.
Agreed.
What was I saying? Remember. Oh, so I don't think we'll be able to take out. I mean, taking out that rifle, I think it's going to be a bigger target than
Target destroyed.
like I think the rifleman's big enough to where if we don't take it out fast enough, it would tear us apart pretty good. All right, waiting on the annihilators now because I want to make sure they're up here and ready to fight when we walk into there. We gotta face that rifleman. Right here, that's
I'd
good.
live here. It's nice.
We'll let the annihilators just out on their Sunday stroll. Actually, finally get up here for once. There we go. Let's go weapons free and trigger the fight here.
This must have been an impressive spaceport.
Priority target's going to be that rifle.
Look at all these support buildings.
Once he pops up, there he is.
Acquired.
Targeting info updated.
Focus target received, Commander. Enemy mech destroyed.
Alright, there's one more. Where is he at?
Disengaging.
Target acquired.
There's some VTOL. See, that looks like it's the correct Atlas to take off the fight. One more now fight.
See that? It's gone critical.
Take out the VTOLs. And we should
Taking too much damage over here.
be good for now.
Forming on you.
Vindicator's already lost its arm. Alright, well that's not ideal. Lost the other arm though, so it's lost one arm each. So this next little fight's just demolishers and the VTOLs. So I think we can kind of get away with not using that Annihilator just to save some of its ammo. Still have 67. I only used 13 shots this whole fight, which is pretty good. Hopefully that stay that way. You know, we usually hopefully we have enough ammo to really get through
Comstar has
everything.
already started excavation operations searching for lost tech. Luckily for us, doesn't appear they've been here for too long or made much progress thus far.
Here they come over the hill. There's the
Target
VTOLs.
acquired.
I
Target
got it.
Some of the better shot than I. Took the first VTOL down.
New target acquired.
Got another one.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
All right there.
Target destroyed.
So down there.
Incoming missile. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
All right. So not too terrible. At least not yet. Besides the Vindicator, we're not looking too awful bad. I've still got plenty of ammo. So we're a little lower on the missile one, but once again, that's kind of what they're there for. They're just kind of a supplementary thing.
Target
That
acquired.
Union dropship. Yeah. Extraordinary, isn't it? When it was still in service, that thing could carry 12 mechs into battle all at once. 3 full lances. From what I'm seeing, this spaceport was for more than a simple refueling station. Back when Star League was still in charge of the Inner Sphere, this must have been a key transport hub.
Yeah, before the Exodus, before the Succession Wars. But there's still a lot of valuable stuff buried around here.
Clear out these Comstar forces and we can find out. Or Spears' people can, to be more precise.
I'm on it.
Acquired.
I'll have them go after them next. I'm gonna try to see if I can close the
Target destroyed.
That's the demolisher. That's taken care of with the utmost haste.
Target destroyed.
Right in front of me, there is.
Component lost.
Make sure I was like, what mech just lost something? That was the Victor.
Target destroyed. Target
Alright,
acquired.
I think I'm gonna have to go help these guys now.
Clear
Target.
that splash target. It's about to go critical.
Oh, it's doing a backflip in the air while it's going critical. That I've never seen before.
Target destroyed.
Go now.
Target destroyed.
Go to that now so that he saves as much ammo as he can.
Armor at critical levels. Lost a component.
That's not good, because that means one of the LBXs is gone. Well, this might be a little bit harder fight. I think we had a better shot and we didn't take it. Well, we're back at this point. We do have more ammo for the AC-20s. We do have less missiles, but that is to be kind of an idea, you know. Still waiting on those annihilators. So I'm gonna play this pretty much how I played the last one. I think that worked out pretty well. Well, they all kind of clumped together.
Weapons hot.
We still had enough to kind of repel them back, even when all 4 came out. We are hurting a little bit more. My mech not too awful bad, but at the same time, we do need. I think we still need to be kind of careful. So I think I might want to pull them a little bit further back to see if maybe I can split the heavy mechs off first, so the Black Knight and the Orion, and then we can try to take out the Battlemaster and the Highlander as they come to us. Hopefully, it's kind of the idea at least. If this doesn't work, I don't know. I'm getting a little frustrated like I was the first time, and I don't know. We'll have to figure out something.
Let's not get distracted by that view. Keep focused.
I'm going to go full throttle and get to the point where I'm going to park my guys, and then I am going to I'll wait for them, and then I'll go up and trigger it, and then I'll run back and do all that too. matter of fact, I might park them right around in here. And then, so yeah, I think maybe right in here might be a pretty good spot. So let's actually
This
tell
place just
them
needs a lake.
right there. So, right
On our way.
and by the time I walk up there and then walk back, what is that guy doing? What are you doing? Didn't listen. Right there, dude.
Relocating to nav point.
So the Annihilator's come around the corner here. One of them is missing an arm. Not ideal, but Victor's missing both arms. So full throttle.
At the requested location.
So hopefully this works. If not, I think I'm gonna have to stop and try to figure out something else to do because it's like, ugh, this is not gonna work out well.
Arrived at location.
Enemy dropship inbound, Commander.
Let's do this. Remember, this thing goes a lot slower in reverse. If I'm already turned around, once I hear the dropship come in, I don't have to turn around then. Alright, well that's full throttle, get out of here. Honestly, I think the
They've deployed
rear
a
of
full
my,
lance. Watch your flanks.
I also think the rear of my mech actually has more armor than the front does, which is a bit surprising. Yeah, that didn't sound good at all. Alright, well, that's a cool sight to see. Smoldering mechs, and that's not great, but oh great, that's not quite what I wanted to see, but
Engaging with Lance.
I know he's critical, but someone's in front of me.
System offline.
Yep. I don't think this is going to end well for us, I'll be honest with you. They are. Cool. Next, let's take out the Battle Master next.
We'll go. Focusing fire.
Lost one of the AC-20s already. Lost the armors one. Makes sense. Oh, it's not the, that's a Highlander. I guess the Battle Master's the one that's stuck.
Target destroyed.
Alright, well there's two gone.
Target acquired.
Take this guy out
Focusing on
real
issue
quick.
target.
Ammo explosion detected.
I don't know what ammo that was, but hopefully it was for the missile, not the AC-20. Nope, that was for the AC-20. Well, I'm pretty much useless now. Except as a shield, essentially. Alright, that guy's gone. We got one more left, and I'll be honest with you, I don't think we're going to get much farther than we did last time, but we got to take out, there's a battle master still left out there. There he is.
Target acknowledged. Pan, component lost.
Yep. I'm running interference for you guys. Fire game is big stuff. I'm kind of surprised.
Commander,
Yep.
no! I've lost comms with the commander. Does
Guys,
anyone have
I don't know
eyes on
what
him?
I really don't know what I'm doing wrong here on this mission. But I think I'm starting to get a headache. I'm not starting to feel. And this game's starting to frustrate me again. And so I think after about 2 hours, I think we're gonna call it a stream. Maybe not ideal, but you know, I knew this week was gonna be a little weird with the holiday. And so yeah, I think this is gonna be it. I think I'm just frustrated. I think that's kind of the best way to describe that. Well, guys, I do appreciate you joining me, though. I really do appreciate it. It was actually kind of fun, even though it lost. What I'm thinking about doing is might just have to go through, find either a cheat engine or something like that, just so that we can try to beat that mission. Then we can try to finish up the rest of the game without that, which I really don't know why that's taken me so long to beat that. But yeah, thanks for joining me today. I really do appreciate it, guys. I know it's a little bit shorter stream, about 2 hours. We usually stream about 3, but I was still having a lot of fun with it until we started dying too much. But schedule for the rest of the year. So right now, I've got this Friday I'm going to take off for Christmas. It just doesn't seem right to stream on Christmas. We've got next Wednesday, which I don't quite know. I'm not going to do Planet Coaster. I'm going to take a little bit of a break from that. That'll give me at least 2 weeks to kind of take a break from that. Maybe leave it a little longer if I feel the need to. And then probably next Friday. So probably next Wednesday, next Friday will be normal streams. I'm still a little leaning, maybe not that Friday. I think we'll be okay if not. So yeah, at least it'll be next Wednesday and probably next Friday. It's probably going to be the next 2 big next streams. What we're going to be doing, I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'll figure out something and let you guys know ahead of time. Yeah, I think that is going to be it for me today, guys. If you're actually kind of curious on how to support me, the best way you can do it is subscribing. Or not subscribing, I'm sorry, following. I'm saying, I can't remember if I'm at 47 or 48 subscribers. We're trying to get to 50. As of right now, it might looking like it may not be get to that 50 goal before the end of the year, but if not, that is okay. We're getting close. We only need, I think, 2 more. So if you haven't followed yet, that'd be a great way to do it. We can see the finish line. We've got to cross it, and that's kind of the idea there. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to be it for me today. I'm going to try to see if I can get rid of this headache, and that'll be kind of nice. If you guys, tomorrow is Christmas Eve, so guys, have a great Christmas. Have a great Christmas Eve, all that. I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. Have a great weekend as well, since I won't see you on Friday. And I'll see you back here next Wednesday for whatever game I've decided on then. I haven't quite decided yet, but we'll find out then. But for now, guys, I will see you later. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend. Have a great Christmas. All that. And we'll see you next Wednesday.